So all can hear me, right?
Yes, yes, hi.
Hey, hi to all. So basically, till now, what I have said in all the classes, everything can be only done in manual mode. So how can we see whether our camera is in manual mode or not? So whenever you are having a camera like any Canon or Nikon, the top circle will be there, right? On that M should be there in the mark. If it is an M, then only you can change all these settings like all together, like aperture, ISO, shutter, or it could be picture style or exposure. Anything what I'm saying, what I just said, or what I was about to say also completely will happen only in manual mode, but camera also is having couple of other modes. Uh, so today we are going to talk about these other modes, and I'm also going to say about picture styles. So what does this picture style do? See, people will take picture. They'll just take a picture and they will think that, are yaar, in my mobile sky is coming more blue or green. Green is coming like more dark green, and in DSLR it is coming like pale, like not colorful. So if you so what these people will do is they'll take the picture to PC, I mean mobile or laptop. They'll open Photoshop or Lightroom. They will change some settings so that a picture will become colorful. But basically, if you want, basically you can literally take such kind of photographs right from your camera. I'll tell you how to do it. So let me just share you the screen. So everyone can see the screen, right?
Yeah, visible.
So basically, first mode after auto mode, lot of people also will be having an another mode which will be like a square and then crossed square, which means it is flashless, like auto mode only, but flash will not work. But in auto mode, what will happen? See, here it is auto, right? Here it is auto. So basically, for some cameras, there will be another mode called square and a striked square, or a simple flash symbol will be there inside that square. So what does that option will do? So what does it will do is like, if it is an auto mode and if you are trying to take a picture in little dark, automatically flash will open and it will flash, along with photo, flash also will happen. So whatever you are seeing, that photo it will not come over brighted photo or some other thing. See, till that time you would be changing your controls, like like you would be doing some different numbers or different aperture, something you would be doing, and suddenly and if you forgot and everything you kept in auto, and if you trigger photo, automatically more brightness will come. Or even in P mode or A mode or I mean any other mode, if you are trying to capture, automatically what will happen is that flash will auto open for cameras below mid and low end. So that if you don't want flash to open automatically, and if you want to take as it is photo, that mode is the mode. I'll just show you in a Canon camera right now. Actually, that I forgot to make it. Canon modes. See, in this picture it is there. So here you can see, right? Can you all hear me?
Yes, 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 yes.
So basically, this option every time will be next to this, but here, here it is showing that. See, next to auto only that functionality will be there. So this mode will be useful whenever you want to take a photo without flash. So that this will be very much useful whenever you are feeling like, are yaar, why my flash is coming automatically with where I don't want. So just, but this is also auto mode. You, any setting you cannot change. But if you are seeing a nice picture and if you feel that light setting, everything is very good, and if you don't want any additional light, then this mode will be very good. This is also an auto mode only. So let's talk about P mode. So what is P mode? P is very common in every camera, mostly in Sony, Nikon, Canon, everywhere this P will be there. So P is actually a program mode. Uh, so what in auto, if you see, nothing, whatever I said till now, nothing can be changeable. Like ISO you cannot change. Everything will be fixed. Everything will be fixed. Mostly if any camera is giving, mostly they may give you an option to change your white balance or picture style. But mostly all other elements you cannot change. And even you can change if it is one shot or fast shot. I mean fast shutter shot or single shot photo, that you can change. But anything which is related to functionality, I mean main functionalities like ISO, shutter or aperture, this you cannot change. But when it comes to P mode, it is like a half, it is like half auto and half, it's not half auto also, it's like 1 second, someone has joined. So it's like 90% auto mode and 10% they are giving you to change. So here what will happen is, right now I'll just show you. Okay, for example, so whenever it is in P mode, you cannot touch ISO, sorry, you cannot touch aperture and shutter. For example, when to use? For example, you went for some random photo shoot, that too landscape photography, like hills are there or some buildings are there. If you want to take a photo, you only want to change some picture style, I mean colors, or just increase or decrease brightness only you want to do, and you don't want to touch this aperture or shutter, and but you want to take a nice photo. But you want camera only to decide which shutter to use and which aperture to use. So when you keep in P mode, this shutter speed and aperture will be automatically fixed. Then what you will do, if it is over bright, you can just simply increase or decrease ISO and picture style. I will tell you in next coming slide. That also is doable. So basically aperture and shutter is fixed, like you cannot even change, it will be fixed. Let's talk about TV or S mode. S is shutter. TV also, it's like time value mode. So what is shutter priority? So shutter priority means you are giving more priority for shutter. So except shutter, rest will be fixed. See, basically rest, if I'm saying rest, it means other functionality other than this ISO or something. So only two features are there, for example shutter and aperture. So here if you're keeping in shutter priority, it means aperture is fixed. Aperture fixed means automatically camera only will decide which aperture to be kept according to picture. So cameras are little intelligent, so that according to environment it only will decide if you keep in this kind of mode called shutter priority. For example, when you want to use this shutter priority mode, for example you are I mean you are not taking a fast moving object or something, like you want to do experiment with shutter. So this mode will be useful. So basically if shutter is auto and vehicle is moving very fast, and if for example you want a line after a vehicle, like vehicle and a light line also you want, so you have a manual thing where you want to impose in a picture. So that time you should not give camera to automatically decide the shutter speed. So this mode will be useful when you are not sure about aperture and you want to do experiment with shutter. So here you can change shutter and aperture will be fixed. Fixed means camera only will decide. Rest ISO also it is like manual. You can decide if you want to give extra or if you want to give little less. That and all is manual again. Let's talk about AV or A mode. Here this is aperture priority. For example, shutter. See example last in the last one TV mode I just told you. Like TV is for the people who are who know like how to use shutter. So here in this, if you are not sure about shutter speed, for example, you aperture. See for example, nice. Object is there, nice object is there, but it is slightly moving. For example, a car only, consider a car. So here two types are there. So if you give f1.8 or f2.8, only that car will come and rest will come blurred. But if you keep f5 or f6, I mean f5.6 or f8, full car and along with traffic it will come. So if you want such kind of like aperture you want to decide, but how fast shutter should work, let camera decide. So that kind of work, if you want to give camera to do, like for example, you tried a lot and you don't know, I mean you are feeling that picture is coming little blurred or something like shaky or something. Mostly this will come because of lower shutter speeds. So for example, if you don't know how to use shutter speed, then best way to go for AV, so that only aperture you will decide, like you want to take only car or you want to take full with traffic. So in that kind of scenario, this AV or A mode will be useful, which we call it as aperture priority mode. So let's talk about bulb mode. So bulb mode, maybe see if you have seen this kind of photo, this here one person what he did is he took a fireball or it could be a light and he connected to a thread and he keep on rotating it. But he is standing at one place and if you can see backside also it is stable thing, like trees are not moving, everything is fixed except that light. So basically low shutter modes will be useful when whenever you want to do any experiment with light. If anything, any object, if it is moving, that to any light thing, low shutter. High shutter obviously any moving object without light. I mean with light also you can take, but basically you cannot see lights and all in a daytime. But when it comes to low, I mean dark situation, and if you want to do some experiment with lights, bulb mode will be useful. Basically bulb mode and low shutter, there is a difference. See for example, you can ask me, array, if you want to take a low shutter photo in manual mode only, we can keep low shutter value, for example 1/20 or 1/10, and we can take a picture, right? So why to use this bulb mode? So literally bulb mode is a functionality. For example, if you have camera right now, you can try this, you will understand what is happening. So bulb mode will be defined with mostly B, or if some cameras will be having a shape like a bulb kind of symbol will be there. So basically the that shutter button will be there, right? Shutter button will be there, right? That button you can press and hold for how much time you want. So bulb mode is for that. For example, if it is a normal manual mode or any other mode, if you just click, automatically photo will capture, like one sound will come, like how camera sound, that kind of photo will come, that sound will come. So bulb mode will be, for example, see that fellow would be rotating that for 30 or 40 times. So for that 30 or 40 times he might have took some 20 seconds or 25 seconds. Basically in order to capture, you required a video, not a photo, but photo also you can take for that much of duration. So how to take, you will keep good number of aperture, you will keep good number of ISO, everything you will keep first of all, then you will keep in bulb mode, and you click on that shutter button, like the button which will be used to click a photo, that you will hold and press until and unless how many, for example, you asked that person to record, I mean to do it for 20 times. So he did it 20 times and then you will leave. So basically, when you are trying to take a low shutter photos, main important thing is you require a tripod. If camera is little moving, also like gone case, like picture will come blurred. So here two things is person who is doing experiment with the light. So second person who is behind that light also, he is not moving. Only he is turning his fingers or hand, so that will be that will not be visible, because mostly this kind of photographs will be taken from very far distance, or it will be taken during very low light, so that hand will not be seen. But basically, even if it is a nearby shot also, whole person will come like dark. So when person is coming dark, these people who are rotating that kind of lamps or this thing, they will only rotate with their hand, and rest everything body, everything will be stable, like he will not move. And they will also go for a place where backside also there is no movement and all. So picture how many times that person is rotating, or how much duration a car is going in low light, that much time you have to hold that shutter button. So that kind of feasibility only in bulb mode only you can get. So in order to take this kind of photograph, tripod is must and should. Yeah, must and should. Like with normal handheld, taking this photo will give you a shaky thing or a very bad image. So these are about the common modes where in every camera, almost every camera do have. So this is all about modes. And before going to picture style, just if anyone having any doubt, please do ask about these modes.
Yeah, Chetan, I have few doubts. Like in the images what you showed here, right?
Yes.
So these are all related to Canon. So where you can see that bulb mode and the other things.
Okay.
But since we are having like, I am having that Nikon thing.
Okay.
And I don't find
one
it
second.
bulb.
One second.
One second.
Let me see. Which camera do you have? Which Nikon camera do you have?
Nikon D5500.
Oh. Basically, maybe in some cameras it is not there. Then you would be. Then you should go for. Where is that mode hiding? Okay, I'll just explore about this, and I'll surely I will say about this. But basically, this is meant for low shutters. For example, in manual mode, if you see some people. One second, someone is. I'll just keep him in. Okay, so basically, you might. Okay, some people may not be knowing about this. There is a additional remote kind of one object which is called shutter remote. Basically shutter remote or bulb remote, lot of people will say. So what this will do, as he asked, for example, a camera doesn't have a bulb mode. For example, a camera doesn't have a bulb mode, and you want to use bulb mode. So how can we use it? So cameras will be having a small hole next to the body, next to lens. I'll just show you. Okay. Okay, you all can see, right, this camera?
Yeah.
So basically, here a opening is there. So not only for this camera, for a lot of camera, if you can see in your body, in your camera body, somewhere a hole will be there, or some kind of opening would be there. You can use for a meter, for connecting a meter, which will be like a button only. So there you can define how much time you want to hold the shutter. So if that is also, for example, if that option is also not there, let's take that option is also not there. then a proper tripod, and keeping, for example, I'll just show you right away. It's in manual mode. It is, as of now, it is in 1/8 second. I mean, 1/8 second. It will take it will take the shutter. That much fast it will be. For example, I am keeping. This is this 8, and you can see that two dots, right? It means 8 seconds. 8 seconds it will hold the shutter. So without using bulb mode, without using that additional remote, what we can do is you will keep in this kind of setting below 0 or anything which is near 1. Keep in a proper tripod and just click and go back. Just click and go back until and unless you hear a clicking sound. Clicking sound, obviously when you are clicking a photo, one sound will come, right? Until and unless you hear that sound, do not touch the camera. If you touch the camera, your image will be spoiled, like gone. So basically bulb modes are actually very much common. I'm not sure about that. Maybe like I'll also explore and I'll let you know if Nikon do have a bulb mode. But basically, even if you don't have a bulb mode, it will be achievable in manual mode. So any other question? Like
Chaitanya,
yes,
I think we can try the same in the TV mode also.
yeah, it is possible. No. See, basically, why I told manual, because every functionality will be open, right? So I just took. So wherever you have option to play with shutter, there bulb mode obviously is doable. Any other questions about this? Maybe like someone having any question like how he did to, like.
So in bulb mode, Chaitanya, that we do have an option to change the shutter, aperture, like thing, or everything is fixed.
Which mode? Bulb mode.
Bulb mode, yes.
Bulb mode is like see, I'll just show you, then you will understand. See, bulb mode, basically this shutter button is there, right? So shutter, it's literally it's like purely manual. How much time you want to hold, that much. See, if you just click suddenly, if you quickly click, that much quickly it will come. But in no one will use bulb mode for that quick fast shot. So that mode will not be that quick. In this shot, obviously when everything is like manual, like it's about your finger press. Obviously you cannot control shutter. Why? Because how much time you want to hold, that is completely given to you. So that will not be changeable. It's about your press, how much time you want to press, that much time it will be. And rest everything is like changeable. Everything it will be like manual. Everything is like changeable. Everything is changeable.
Like ISO, aperture, and everything.
Yes,
can be changed.
everything is changeable. See, I'm changing exposure. I'm changing ISO. I'm changing aperture here. So everything can be changeable except shutter, because they have given like purely manual. Manual means not even like like how much time we press, it will be like that. So as it is already open, I'll just show you even P mode. See, P, if you can see, I told you it will work like a proper auto mode, except this brightness and ISO, and aperture and shutter is fixed. Camera only will deal with it. So if I just open, you see automatically some numbers came here, because camera is deciding which numbers to choose. If you see again, whenever I am pressing this little shutter, automatically here numbers are coming, because camera is deciding. So when it comes to TV, which is shutter priority, here shutter you can change, but when you are slightly clicking, automatically here aperture is also coming. Why? Because you are giving camera to decide what number, like that. So when it comes to AV mode, so AV mode, see, same, automatically shutter camera is deciding, not you. So basically these all modes will be useful when you are not completely sure about what you are taking, or for example something suddenly has come and you don't know what kind of shutter you want to use. So that kind of time, practically it will be useful, but no photographer practically will not use TV or shutter speed or anything, all these modes. They keep on only experimenting with M mode. M mode only will be, I mean, manual mode only will teach you proper skills of photography. Like what, even though if you're doing mistake, then obviously you will change some setting and you will do again you will try to take a photo. But when you are doing in some other mode, you may not be knowing what number to use in what kind of situation. So if, for example, shutter you don't know what to give, so you are in AV mode. So shutter automatically camera is deciding. So in night time it's taking nice photo. But for example, someone has given you camera and asking you to take a manual mode, and that camera doesn't have AV or TV some modes. So you should be knowing how to deal with the camera, right? So basically I personally suggest everyone should only learn manual mode properly. These modes will be useful in some cases where you don't know manual mode, and suddenly all people are trying to click some pictures, but you want to take some random photo at that point of time, then good to go with modes, but manual mode is the best. So let's go for other thing called picture style. Let me just present you. So picture style. So basically picture style, you all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So basically picture styles are is not about way of taking a photo. It's about kind of filters. Like how when we are taking a photo in our phone camera, it is giving us lot of filters, right? Like little pinkish, little greenish, automatically some green kind of shades, or a little HDR kind of style. So this kind of things are already available in a phone camera. So basically even in a DSLR also this kind of functionalities are there, along with white balance. I'm not going to talk about white balance and auto white balance. Why? Because basically in any camera, any photographer, if you go and ask, they'll just ask you to go with AWB, which is auto white balance, which will be a default functionality for any camera mostly. That's very good. Do not touch that. Do not touch that auto white balance until and unless you're trying to click a hot kind of climate, but if you want to give any bluish color, then only go for white balance. There will be only two options in a camera, white balance and auto white balance, but let it be auto white balance. I'm not going in detail. Why? Because that will not be mostly useful for you guys until and unless it's like last case. So what is this picture style? So basically, as I told you in the beginning of the class, people will take a nice photo of a hill and beautiful. You are in a hill and lot of hills are there. Opposite to you, which are very far away. Consider it is early morning or it is evening. Consider it is evening or early morning. Basically whenever you are trying to go for photo shoots, these are the only good times. Early morning means before 7. Ending time should be 7:30 or 8 o'clock maximum. 8 o'clock you should end. And evening, when you consider by 3:30 you should go to that place. From 3:30 you should see whichever place you want to take a good photo. You should fix by 4 o'clock. From 4 to 6 o'clock you should be keep on clicking some good pictures. So that is a good time for taking pictures. Other times will be there. Basically, see, this kind of timings will be good in any climate, even though if it is monsoon, raining, also fog. If you want to take pictures of fog, you go in early morning. But these are the good times. Why? Because basically when sun is going to rise or when sun is going to like set, that kind of orange light, that shades will be very good for skin tones. And not only for skin tones, pictures also will come very good. But rest all will be good until and unless if if climate is little dull or moderate, and if you are trying to take a picture of building or any like normal, like consider you went for a trip and some hills are like Ooty you went, and some one guy is taking you to multiple places during afternoon. So that case and all, like okay fine, like you can change that ISO and this picture style little, that is possible. But best time to take pictures are only these two, like early morning and evening at this and in that times. So let's talk about this picture style. For example, you are taking a picture, you are on the top of a hill and opposite lot of hills are there. Don't imagine early morning. It is, for example, it is around 7 o'clock, or in the evening 4 o'clock. Don't even sun is not there that in that area. Sun is not there. You are feeling like full green hills. In your phone, if you take if you are taking HDR photo, or if you are taking a normal photo, hills are coming like too green and sky is coming too blue. Because if you are having any camera, if you are having any phone from for example, if we have bought any phone after 2018 mid, all these phones mostly in auto mode will take like this only, like oversaturated photos will come nice, like. But people are liking that. People do like over colored photos. So but if you are trying to take the same photo with a DSLR, same frames, everything same, you took a photo, everything ISO, everything you set, but still if you see in one particular time, for example, shutter, if you are keeping more aperture, see obviously as I told you, aperture if you keep more like f8 f11 all these things, if whenever you are keeping this more things will be focused, than compared with f1.8 f2.8. So obviously when you are trying to click a landscape photo, you want more things to be covered, more like buildings or more hills should to be covered and nothing to be unfocused. So if you are keeping that kind of f11 or that kind of thing, so as I showed you in this class, this class, if you see f11, if you go here, there is only less space to enter light, so automatically shadows will come next to hill, so darkness will be there. But you are trying to take a photo with more green, not see green will come when that picture is becoming dark, automatically light green will become dark green. Through that also you can try clicking a nice picture. But basically when you are doing this kind of f11 something, see obviously f11 such kind of numbers are required, but when you are doing that, you also will lose some detailing, some shadow will come like next to trees, some lot of shadows will happen. So what you will do is you will go with some f8. So obviously more, one layer or 2-3 layers obviously will be properly focused. And next what you will do is you will go for picture style. So what is picture style? So picture styles will be useful if you want to give additional saturation. See basically people who are not aware of saturation, I will tell you. For example, skin tone is coming. I'll just show you. See, if you can see these two pictures, here it came like little white or bluish. This picture you can see, right? Anyone like hearing, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this picture has come little whitish or bluish, little pale bluish came. But here, if you can see, it came little orange. That is not because that would be because of really a top light is there with orange, or you can a person has given artificially. So basically, saturation, if you increase, what saturation and vibrance will do? So what saturation and vibrance will do is they will increase colors. For example, if little blue color is there, so if you are increasing that saturation number, automatically that blue color will come more blue. If light green is there, more green it will come. Or any color, it could be any color. If we are taking a nice sea photo, but it is coming little light blue or literally like white, grayish or something like that, it is coming. But if the same photo, if you are trying to take from your mobile, it is coming like blue. That can be achievable in this picture styles. I'll just show you how to do it. So basically, when you consider a Canon camera, we call it as picture style. But if you take a Nikon camera, we call it as picture control. So basically, if you go for menu, this option will be there called picture control. So when you click on picture control, okay, I'll just show you picture control in Nikon properly. Yeah, see, so like this one menu, when you click on menu, this option will be there in Nikon cameras. So once after clicking on here, these settings will come. See, standard, neutral, vivid, monochrome, portrait, landscape. So for example, when you take Canon, so same, see, terminologies would be little different from camera to camera, but things are same. Standard, portrait, landscape, fine detail, neutral, faithful, and here also if you go bottom, monochrome, this kind of things will be there. So basically, for example, you don't know all these things, and you just want to increase colors. You just want to go for any mode, and if you want to just want to increase colors. So basically, I'll just randomly explain you what these things will do. So if you take standard is basically like a little increase of auto here. Like for example, if you are taking a auto photo, how it will come like that in manual mode. If picture style is in standard, automatically like that it will come with little saturated, little skin tones will come little orange, and skies will come little blue, little only it will increase. Obviously next is neutral. What it will make is like whatever colors you see, that it will neutralize. Like if blue is there, it will neutralize that color. If orange is there, that it will neutralize. When it comes to vivid is about again playing with colors. So whenever you are trying to capture a nice flowers or any, for example, you went for a farm. See, vivid, portrait, landscape, these three modes, these will be useful whenever you don't know about picture style. For example, you went for a farm and you don't know what to use, but you just want to be little colorful, and you don't want to manually give. See, this is manually giving. I'll explain you how we can do manually. So you don't know how to, which picture control to be used. So if you are taking nice flowers and all, then vivid will be good. if you are taking a photo of that, see that hilltops and all I told you, right? So basically, if you go for landscape, just click on landscape and again go for back, and if you click picture, then automatically landscape will come beautifully. Like it's like auto. It's a filter for taking landscape photography. And portraits portraits can be used when you're trying to take a picture of one person who is next to you, and if you want automatically some good filter automatically which is set by Nikon camera, then you can use that. So 1 second. 1 second. Can you all see my screen? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, even in Canon, it is the same thing. When you go for picture style, same standard, portrait, landscape, fine detail, neutral, faithful. See, fine detail and neutral will be like pale only. Again, one fun additional thing is there called monochrome. Here is monochrome is there, and even in Canon, monochrome will be there. So what is monochrome? Monochrome will be monochrome in simple way to understand. It's a black and white photo. See, obviously, as I told you, it is filters. So filters, when any camera or any phone camera is giving, obviously black and white filter also will be there. So it is the same functionality. When you go for monochrome, automatically screen will become black and white, and you will take picture. So basically, when you are going to use this monochrome will be useful when you are trying to capture a studio kind of photos. For example, a black cloth is there and a person is standing in front of you, and if you want to keep little additional light, and if you want to take nice detailed photo, then monochrome are best. If you search for portrait photography, mostly you will find this monochrome photos only, like black and white photos only you will find. So for example, you got to know all these modes. But you literally want to give by your own. You felt you kept in landscape and you took a photo, but you are still feeling that this automatic landscape mode is not giving you proper green color of hill or anything. It could be, for example, one person is there on a road and behind nice trees are there, but the trees are not looking more green. It's not looking more green, but you want to give little more skin tone also, like skin tone also you want to give little more color, and you want to give more greenish trees and nice finishing and all if you want to give. So what to do? So in Canon or Nikon, these all will be controllable. See, here you can see 344 000 is there. So saturation, basically here it's like I guess modes. Okay, see, contrast, sharpening, brightness, saturation, hue, these things are there, right? It is like same thing only. I'm not sure about abbreviations, but it's the same thing. I'll just right now I'll just say in Canon also what is those. Yeah, see, it is sharpness, strength, fineness, threshold, contrast, and color tone. So basically everything is same. See, here also it is the same things: sharpness, brightness, saturation, and hue. So what these will do? So for example, you are taking a picture but detailing is not coming, like sharpness, like person's skin tone, person's skin. If you are trying to take a person photo who is having makeup, so obviously people will expect some detailing in the picture. So if you increase sharpness here or here, say here this S is there, right? That is sharpness only. So if you increase that, automatically that sharpness of the picture will come very good. See, even in smoothly to understand, contrast also will do the same thing. But contrast when detailing is happening, light will decrease, then automatically here brightness also you can give increase or decrease. But when you are trying to play with colors, don't touch everything, just increase sharpness is very good. Whenever you are trying to click a picture, little sharpness you increase and go for directly saturation and hue. And in Canon, go for saturation and color tone, just increase these numbers. Whenever you're here, if you can see, these are all in zeros, and this sharpness everything is already fixed. So if you can increase little, like high value or low value, you can seriously see nice pictures, nice colors will come. So whatever I click pictures, I don't edit mostly. I don't again come to Photoshop, and I don't do experiment. Whatever I click, that's the image I want to upload, and that actually shows my photography. If you edit a picture, it like you would be a best editor. You are not a good photographer. So you have to get the best out of your camera, and camera do have all this functionality. If you use all this picture style or these modes, everything is possible here, until and unless there are some cases like where you want to show some wow stuff. So obviously when you want to show some wow stuff, Photoshop is must. And when when you're trying to do the shutter kind of this kind of photography, in Photoshop you cannot do. If you this is only possible in your camera or phone. See, this is also possible in a GoPro or in a phone. In phone also you can do. When you are first of all, your phone should be having that professional pro mode, where you can go till low shutters, and phone holder also required. As I told you, for camera tripod is must, phone also holder is required. You have to click, and you should leave that phone for some time, like until your shutter closes. So nice pictures will come. Low shutter speed photos I will show you experimental. I mean, we are going. Offline class people we are going this weekend. So if possible, I will try to take some pictures if we are going in the evening, or if that is not happening, I'll try to click a picture near my home, and I'll try to show you how. And if you also try, so because low shutters should be experimented. Like you have to try, and if you are not trying, you will never understand this low shutter. Why? Because shaky photos will come first. Starting if you try clicking this picture, shaky pictures will come. And second thing is, for example, aperture, if you are keeping something like too high if you are keeping, you may not see this lines and all. So until and unless you try experimenting with this, you will never understand this bulb or low shutter modes. So low shutter is like very common. Leave about bulb, shutter is very common in every camera. So everyone should try this who are having gears. So that's all for today's class. Any doubt in picture style or any modes? Anyone?
No, Chaitanya.
Everything is fine for everyone. So Darshan, you are coming right in the weekend, like for offline class?
Yeah, I'm coming.
So around some five people or 4 people have said like they have already confirmed, like let's fix the place tonight, and I'll keep in the group about the place.
Sure.
Anyone having any doubt? So before that, after that, I'll just close this. Fine, right, everyone? I'm about to close the call.
Yes, Chaitanya, clear.
Okay. Then thank you all. Thank you for attending.
Thank you.